Hello, and welcome to day one of the Discover Your True Self Journal Challenge. I'm going to be your host. Well, I am your host, Christy Allen. And over these next 7 days, my hope is that you become reacquainted with that true version of yourself, the part of you that was there before you were covered up by pain or unmet need. So, this is going to be a great 7 days. You're going to discover how you show up as your true self physically, mentally, emotionally. You're also going to be getting an opportunity to do an exercise where you start to notice true self moments throughout your day. You're also going to be, at the end of this, making a true self collage, and that collage is actually going to speak to you. But for today, we're going to get started with our first exercise. Before we start off with our first exercise, let me share with you a little bit about what is your true self. So in the Bible, when you think about the story of Moses, it was promised to the Israelites that there was going to be a deliverer. And even despite the circumstances of Pharaoh issuing an edict to, to kill all the babies of a certain age, Moses still survived and went on to become the deliverer that was promised to Israel. But during his upbringing, he was raised in an Egyptian household. Um, he he had all of these other things happen to him, but life navigated him so that he could ultimately fulfill his destiny and his purpose. And so for many of us, we have a purpose. We have gifts to bring to the world, but sometimes we might have been raised by caregivers who were equivalent to um like the Egyptians. Maybe you're naturally funny, or maybe you have um like a very adventurous spirit, but maybe your caregivers were the opposite, and you had to do what you needed to do in order to survive. Well, in this challenge, we're going to be going back for that true version of yourself, that part of you that exists, that and not in response to others, but out of the depth of who you are. So today we're going to start off with our first activity. It has three parts. It's called an inspiration mirroring activity. And so I'm going to ask you to commit to this full 7 day journal process. If you skip a day or get off, that's okay. Just get back on and we can keep going. So here's day one's instructions. So first, what I want you to do is in your journal, I want you to identify 5 people, 5 to 6 people that inspire you. These can be historical figures, living people, relatives. It could be activists, artists, musicians, somebody on your job, business folks, whoever it is. I want you to identify those 5 people. So now, and write them down. Step two is next to each one of those people, I want you to journal out what is it about them that inspires you? What is it about them that inspires you? Okay. And I'm going to give you some time to do that because I don't want you to move forward with the instructions until you've done that part. Okay. So I want you to actually pause this video and I want you to complete steps 1 and 2. All right. So now that you have unpaused the video and you're ready for step 3, here's what I want you to do. Now that you've written out why those 5 to 6 people inspire you, I want you to now go and rewrite a statement that puts your name into the qualities that inspires you about those people. For example, if you said, I'm inspired by Abraham Lincoln because he was a leader who fought for what was right. So then when you go to write your statement, you're going to say, I am one who fights for what is right. And so you're going to do that for each of the people who inspires you. So you see how you kind of massage it a little bit so that it fits you. So if you're like, hey, I'm inspired by Mother Teresa because she, took care of so many children, You can, even if you haven't taken care of so many children, you can put, I'm someone who cares deeply about children. And so that's how you kind of massage it. And so the reason why we do an activity like this, the inspiration mirroring activity, shows you whoever you are inspired by reveals your potential. You are inspired by people who are very similar to you. So that's going to start to give you a glimmer of what's really inside of you and what your values are. So that was day one. This exercise was inspired by Courtney Lancaster. If you're interested in following up with her work, she has a podcast called Heal Create. So again, the inspiration mirroring exercise by Courtney Lancaster. She has a podcast called Heal Create. So that was day one of the journal challenge. I hope you had a good one. Stay tuned for day two. Bye.